Hi kids, it's Mrs. Jardins. We're back for afternoon read aloud. Today we are going to read A Day at the Pumpkin Patch. Halloween is coming up very soon, so we're going to see what it's like at the pumpkin patch. So this is our title, A Day at the Pumpkin Patch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words in the title. It says by Megan Faulkner and Adam Krowski. So those are our authors. This is the front cover. This is the back cover, and this is the spine. So let's read A Day at the Pumpkin Patch. Autumn is nearly over. Nature is getting ready for winter, but there is still much to see at the farm. Ooh, those look good, don't they? We love the sweet, crisp apples, colorful decorative corn, plump autumn raspberries, and most of all, pumpkins. Look at all those pumpkins. This is our guide. She will show us different kinds of pumpkins, explain how they grow, and tell us about the ways people use them. You know, there are different things you can do with a pumpkin. We climb aboard a wagon so the tractor can pull us out to the pumpkin patch. Sounds like fun. Small pie pumpkins are the first to ripen and be harvested, because you can turn those into pumpkin pie. It's really good. Though all pumpkins can be eaten, only some types actually taste good. Sweet pie pumpkins are the best choice for making delicious pumpkin treats. Because they're small, pie pumpkins are also the easiest to carry. We each get to pick one to take home. These tiny fruits are gourds. They are pumpkins' funny-looking cousins. Gourds and pumpkins are both members of the squash family. We have a contest to see who can find the strangest-looking gourd. It's a good picture of all the gourds. Next, we visit the patch that has the pumpkins we know best, the ones that will become jack-o'-lanterns. Much bigger than pie pumpkins, these pumpkins are too heavy for us to lift by ourselves. It's hard to believe they grew from tiny pumpkin seeds. Because when you make a jack-o'-lantern, you have to dig out all the middle and all the guts from it. And that's what's in there, the pumpkin seeds. You can plant them and grow pumpkins. So it says we gather around to learn more about pumpkins. Fruit can grow in 4 different ways. Count them, 1, 2, 3, 4. On a tree, a bush, a cane, or a vine. Pumpkins grow on vines. The large leaves stand on tall stalks and reach toward the sun. Once a pumpkin is ripe, the leaves turn brown and shrivel up. A stem or peduncle connects a pumpkin to the vine. Water and nutrients from the earth and sun travel along the vine and enter the pumpkin through the stem. This gives the pumpkin the energy it needs to grow. The thin curlicues attached to the stem are called tendrils. See those things? They wrap themselves around rocks and other objects to keep the plant safely in one place. On the bottom of the pumpkin is a circle. It's called the blossom end. Before there was a pumpkin, there was a flower. When the flower was pollinated and the pumpkin began to grow, the flower dried up and fell off. The circle is what's left of the flower. Isn't that fascinating? The pumpkin's shiny orange skin is called the rind. It protects the pumpkin from disease and insects. Inside the rind is an orange pulp, the tasty part used in baking and cooking. The lines that run up and down on the pumpkin are called ribs. Depending on the pumpkin, there can be many ribs or just a few. Since pumpkins are heavy, farmers load them onto wagons and pull them out of the patch with tractors. Now that they've been harvested, it's easier to protect them if the weather gets cold. They are put on display so that visitors to the farm can choose the one they'd like to take home. There are so many. Which one will make the best jack-o'-lantern? The biggest pumpkin of all is the Atlantic Giant. Not only is it the largest pumpkin, it is the biggest fruit on earth. Often weighing in at more than 800 pounds, these giants are grown for competition at pumpkin festivals and country fairs. Since giant pumpkins are about 90% water, they aren't good for eating, but they make great jack-o'-lanterns and boats. Look at that. The guy turned a jack-o'-lantern or a pumpkin into a boat. We've learned a lot about pumpkins. Now we get to have some other fall fun. There's a haunted forest and a play area made of hay. Our tour of the farm is over. We can't wait to get home and carve our pumpkins. Now, how to make a jack-o'-lantern. Once your pumpkin is clean and dry, the fun can begin. You draw a face on the side of the pumpkin that has the fewest bumps and bruises. Ask an adult to cut a circle around the stem, and that's your lid. See, they cut around the top, and then you have a lid for the jack-o'-lantern. Now it's time to pull out the strands and seeds. They're cold and slimy. And then it says we save the seeds to make a special snack later. When only the shell is left, carve out the face you drew. Now it's a real jack-o'-lantern. Now, here is a recipe for roasted pumpkin seeds. It says people have been snacking on pumpkin seeds for thousands of years. They are nutritious and taste great roasted. Well, this is how you do it. You need the seeds of 1 pumpkin, some olive oil, and a ½ teaspoon of salt. You preheat the oven to 350 degrees. Wash the seeds thoroughly in warm water. Make sure all the pumpkin gunk is all gone. You spread the seeds out on a paper towel and let them dry completely. And in a bowl, toss the seeds with some olive oil. Then you spread the seeds on a cookie sheet. Sprinkle them with salt or whatever other kind of flavor you might want on it. You ask an adult to put them in the oven for 20 minutes. You stir them every 5 minutes. The seeds are done when they are dry and golden. Isn't that cool? Then you can try them. Now this is some stuff that they say be creative with your pumpkin seeds. A few seasoning suggestions. Cayenne pepper, that's really hot. Sugar and cinnamon, that sounds really yummy. Powdered taco seasoning, that'd be very interesting. Cajun seasoning mix, that'd be nice and spicy. Garlic salt, cheese popcorn seasoning, soy sauce, or curry powder. I might just try that because pretty soon I'm going to go get a pumpkin, maybe a couple of them, and carve them to make jack-o'-lanterns. Now here are some cool pumpkin facts. Pumpkins are members of the cucurbit family, which includes gourds, squash, melons, cucumbers, zucchini, and even loofah. You know what a loofah is? That spongy thing you use in the bathtub. In North America, most jack-o'-lanterns are made from Connecticut Field and Howden Fields pumpkins. That's interesting. Pumpkins aren't just orange. They can be pale green, white, terracotta, pale yellow, dark green, and even blue. Pumpkin flowers are edible, which means you can eat them. Never let your pumpkin get a chill. Temperatures less than 32 degrees will cause a pumpkin to rot. Interesting. Pumpkins are orange because they are rich in beta-carotene, just like carrots, which turns into vitamin A in your body. One of the wonderful things about pumpkins is that you can grow them right in your own backyard in one season. Pumpkin seeds planted in the garden in late May or early June can produce a jack-o'-lantern-sized pumpkin by October. In the past, people believed pumpkins could get rid of freckles. Pumpkin chunking is a sport. Teams build machines designed to throw a pumpkin as far as possible. Almost done. Okay, here's some history about jack-o'-lanterns and pumpkins. Pumpkins have been grown in North America for thousands of years. Native peoples ate it dried, fresh, or cooked. It was boiled, baked in hot ashes, or added to other dishes. They also wove strips of dried pumpkin to make mats. In 1535, while traveling with the Iroquois of Hochelaga, now Montreal, Jacques Cartier saw what he described as a pepon. Back at home, the French changed it to pompon, and the English adapted that to pumpkin. Colonists in the New World changed it one last time to pumpkin. They learned to grow pumpkins from native peoples and adapted the cooking techniques to suit their own diet. So there's some good pictures of jack-o'-lanterns. It says the tradition of carving pumpkins come from an Irish legend. The end of the old Celtic year, October 31st, and that's when Halloween is, households would put a candle in a hollowed-out turnip or similar vegetable and place it outside their door to scare off evil spirits. One well-known spirit, Stingy Jack, is the origin of the name jack-o'-lanterns. Irish immigrants brought the custom to North America, where they discovered that a pumpkin was the perfect form for a jack-o'-lantern. I hope you enjoyed our story today. I sure did. I learned some new things I didn't even know about pumpkins. So that's why we read. We get to find out new and fascinating facts. You never stop learning. So I really, really enjoyed this book today. I hope you guys did too. I'll see you guys later. Bye.